Hey guys, so I'm back again with another video, and this video is again a little different from my usual Skyrim Let's Plays. I haven't been doing many of those actually recently, but this video is a suggestion and... Oh, Maul is attacking me! What are you doing? Apparently Maul is... he's probably really pissed because of the last video I made. Oh, I'm gonna have to jump in the water. Well, this isn't starting as I thought it would start. Well, I'll have to swim here and start the video again. So this video is by a suggestion by, well, I read a comment on my video, on the last video, and it was basically asking me to do 50 of top 50 essential mods that you would use for Skyrim. Now, 50 mods is a little too many to cover in this video, but I'll cover top 15. Now, it's not going to be number 1 or number 2. These are just going to be 15 mods that I couldn't play this game without. Now, starting with the first mod is, I think you guys could guess which one is it. And if I open my menu and go to items, as you can see, my inventory is different if you're used to vanilla inventory. Now, this mod is called SkyUI, and I think most of you are familiar with this mod. This mod basically changes everything in terms of inventory. As you can see, I can click on type, and it makes it much more easier to find the items that you want. You can see many more items on the screen. It's easier, it's mouse driven, and it's much better. Now, if you are using a controller to play Skyrim, I don't know why would you. There are some people like that. Then the vanilla inventory is better for that. But if you're using a keyboard and mouse, then this is, I think, the essential mod, and this is probably the most essential mod that I would need to play Skyrim with. If I go to magic, as you can see, everything is also changed. So it's just much easier to navigate, and yeah, it's top 1 mod that I would use for Skyrim if I had to play with only one mod. Now, the second mod is Skryim. Skryim changes a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff to cover in this video, but it changes how you play the game. Everyone is much more, much more aggressive, and everyone is really harder to fight. Or it's just in game in general is much more difficult if you play with this mod. Now, if I open my inventory again, well, this little screen, and I go to skills, as you can see, I have a lot of more skills I can increase. So stuff like light weaponry. As you can see, it was previously one-handed, I believe, in a vanilla game, but it's now light weaponry. And I can specialize in much more stuff. As you can see, there's so many perks I can pick. And it really gives you more customizability. I don't know if even that's a word, but I can go be a bladesman, and I can be more of a tanto guy. You know, tantos are these little blades. Or I can be more of a wazikashi guy. Now, wazikashis are these two-handed blades that are added in the game, and there's a lot of stuff that this mod has. If you're still debating whether or not you should play with Skyrim, there's just no question. You should totally play with this mod, play around. If it's too difficult for you, maybe it's your first playthrough ever, then yeah, you might actually play vanilla game first. But if it really is your like a third or a fourth, maybe a second playthrough, try Skyrim. It is a big mod that has a lot of stuff. Now, the third mod is Frostfall. Now, Frostfall is a mod that adds a lot of stuff as well. It also makes you, well, change the way you play the game. For example, I can't go around Skyrim naked. That doesn't make sense. And this mod doesn't allow you going around naked. You will actually freeze to death. You will catch hypothermia, and you will basically die. You can go into a cold water. You will die. You have to build campfires, or else, well, you guessed it, you will die. As you can see, on a top left corner, I had a message that said, "You are very cold." So what I'm going to do, and this ties up with another mod that I'm going to have. So I'm going to go into my inventory, I'm going to get my woodcutter's axe, and this is another mod. Oops, my spells. Oops, my more spells. I'm sorry about this. So I'm gonna get my woodcutter's axe, and I'm gonna cut down a tree. Now, which mod makes me be able to cut down trees, that mod is called Dynamic Things. Now this mod also adds a lot of stuff, but this mod, well, it allows you to cut down trees basically, and that is really, really cool. And as you can see, tree has fallen and there's a lot of wood. And your character chops some wood. Anyway, so I can go, well, click on the pile of wood, and I can actually get some wood. So if I'm gonna get 6, I'm gonna go ahead and click Z, and now I can build a campfire. So I'm just gonna build a campfire somewhere around here. There we go. And I'm gonna add some firewood. And as you can see, a campfire is very nice and warm. Now another mod that ties up with Frostfall really well is Realistic Needs and Diseases. And I think these two mod offers should really co-op, and because both of their mods really tie up together. So what Realistic Needs and Diseases adds is, well, it adds that you have to eat. You have to eat. You have to stay alive as well. So if I stand up and I go and let's just say I have some piece of this piece of bread. I eat it and it says I'm full. So I'm full. I don't need any more food. Now this mod also adds thirst. So if I drink this, it says my thirst has been extinguished. And this mod is fully customizable, so if you don't like some of the changes, maybe you don't like that you have to eat too much sometimes and it's annoying, then maybe this mod is not for you. But if you really like the realism, this is one of those mods that you just have to get. Now another mod, well, there's a bunch of mods for this, but the next mod is really lightning mods. These are, I just have a bunch more. I think I have an ENB and Climates of Tamriel and Enhanced Lights and Effects mods. These mods will make your game, let's just say, darker, and you might require a torch once you enter a dungeon or something like that. You're just gonna have to get a torch because, well, let's be realistic, there's not too many light sources, and I'm hearing wolves. There aren't too many light sources in dungeons, in a lot of the vanilla dungeons. Now, Enhanced Lights and Effects also changes lighting in interiors. So a lot of these mods you'll just have to play around with. I'm not going to do a comparison video. I think you have I've seen a lot of ENBs already, so just pick one you like the most. ENBs could be very performance heavy, and right now I'm getting very low frames indeed, but it does make the game look really beautiful. And if you're not going to be recording videos, then you might actually get an ENB. I'm thinking of actually not uninstalling my ENB because, well, it does cut a lot of frames per second. And if you have a really low-end computer, you might consider that ENBs are just not for you. But don't think that you can't enhance your lighting in your game. In fact, Climates of Tamriel might boost your frames per second because it doesn't change anything, or maybe it removes some things, it optimizes some stuff. So definitely go check some lightning mods out. Vanilla Skyrim is way too gray for me. It just looks really plain. So go ahead and check some mods. Now another mod is Skyrim HD, and it basically adds 2K textures to the game. So as you can see, most of the textures are really high quality, and this is just a general mod. If you have the capabilities to run a game in, well, HD essentially, you should do it. And that's my another mod, or my essential mods. It's 2K textures. Now for this next comparison, I think you guys can guess what mod it is going to be. It is indeed Water. Now I'm using Water mod, which not only changes the water, but it also adds a bunch of other stuff in your water sources. So why did I change the vanilla water? Well, vanilla water doesn't look great. It's low res and it just doesn't look realistic at all. Now there's a lot of water mods out there, and my favorite one is Water. It basically makes water look better, and I don't know, it just really looks much more appealing to the eye. As you can see, it's very calm. It's very nice. It also changes a bunch of waterfalls too. So definitely a mod for me. One of my essential mods. One of the reasons for that is because water is almost everywhere in Skyrim. If I look at the map, as you can see, water sources are just basically everywhere. You can see rivers and lakes everywhere. So another mod to essential list. Now for this next mods, we're gonna go into a shop, and you guys are gonna see why in a minute. So have you ever wondered why in Skyrim all of the prices are the same no matter what vendor you go to? Well, a mod called Trade and Barter changes exactly that. Prices will manipulate depending on where you're selling your items. So if I talk to this guy, there we go. So if I want to sell a potion here, as you can see, its value is 42. So it's not bad. This guy is obviously some kind of alchemist, so he's gonna give me a good value for my items. So I'm just gonna sell a couple of these, but what if I'm wearing a sword in my hand, a dagger in my hand? What if I have a fireball in my hands? Will this guy offer me better prices for that?
Plan on burning it. Take a look.
As you can see, he gave me a comment that I was gonna burn his shop down, but well, I'm obviously not doing anything. As you can see, I don't know if the prices are lower or down, but depending on how you interact with NPCs, the prices will also change, which is actually really, really cool, and that is very nice. So that's my another essential mod. Another mod is SMIM, a static mesh improvement mod. And this mod changes a lot of stuff. It is basically a mesh mod. I think you guys heard of it. It's one of the most popular mods in Skyrim. So yeah, you should check it out. It's basically more of a graphics type mod, but it also ties up really good with other graphics mods, because it's probably an essential mod if you want to make your Skyrim look better. It's probably one of the first mods you should head to. It changes a lot of stuff, so just go ahead and check it out. Another mod that is very essential for me is map. So in vanilla Skyrim, the map is very plain. You can see very many clouds, and it's covering up the map, which, well, it shouldn't be happening. So a mod called a quality world map will add roads, which is really useful. In a vanilla map, you couldn't see anything. You couldn't see a bloody thing. So as you can see, I can see roads. That's really nice. That is really nice. And in general, it actually enhances the quality of a map, so it looks much clearer, as you can see. But the main feature of this mod is roads. I can see roads. That is really nice. So that's another essential mod for me. Now, have you ever talked to an NPC before?
If it's a mercenary you're looking for, you found him. There's no stronger sword arm for hire in all Skyrim.
And if your mouse was on, well, consider yourself hired, for example, this option, and with your keyboard you maneuver the options, and maybe you said this, but since your cursor was on this, you couldn't select any otherwise. So this mod called Better Messagebox Controls is just gonna remove that annoyance. So as you can see, my mouse is gonna be on that, but I'm gonna maneuver with my keyboard on another time perhaps. So let's see how it's gonna go.
If you change your mind, seek me out here.
As you can see, it works much better, and it's just a big annoyance if you don't have this mod installed, and it's another essential mod. And ooh, corpse. I don't know why this corpse is here, so let's just hide it. Yeah, it's gone. Anyway, I'm playing an assassin character, so there you go. Now this next mod, I didn't thought that I'm gonna like this mod. I actually haven't tried this mod, well, since its release. I didn't think that I'm going to enjoy this. But once I installed it, I knew this is gonna be essential mod for my list. As you can see, I don't have a crosshair. I don't have anything on my screen. Well, you guys can see, I can see the FPS because I'm recording, but you can't see nothing. So this mod is called iHUD. It's an Immersive IHUD by Gopher. You guys know that guy. So if I have these fires in my hands, as you can see, there's still no crosshair. If I have a bow, remember, this is all, you can all customize this, and this is one of the biggest things. Of course, it works with your sword as well, as you can see, but the bows. You had a crosshair in a vanilla Skyrim, but this actually also, you have an option of removing crosshair on bows. So you might think this is ridiculous, but actually it makes archery so much more fun, so much rewarding. So if I try to shoot this, I have a perk which, well, lets me zoom in. So if I shoot this, as you can see, well, I got it. At least I got it to the target. At first, I was really crap at this, but now, as you can see, crosshair appeared. Now I have it set that once I reach something that is activatable, I can actually see the crosshair. Now, the reason why I did this, because if you have something like items, it's as much easier to pick them up or to carry or to just to grab them if you want to move them around like that. So it's really customizable, and I think the biggest perk of this mod is letting you choose that there would be no crosshair on the bow. Now, if you're not an archer, that's well, that's not really for you, but that is such a big improvement. So it's gonna depend on you whether or not you like this mod. For me, it is essential. It's just makes the game much more immersive. The fact that you're not in a computer game, you're in this world, and there's no crosshair around. Now, the last mod I'm going to show you is No NPC Greetings. Now, this mod, it changes the distance between you and NPCs interact. Now, have you ever went going around Skyrim and NPC just talks some nonsense to you? Maybe you just don't care, but they just tell you straight. Now, this mod, well, it makes them not say those things. Now, it was a very essential mod for me because I started my Let's Play series. Whenever I was walking around, some NPC would say some random things that my character just wouldn't care, so why are you even telling it? It wasn't actually immersive, and that's another dead body for some reason. But it's a really great mod if you are playing with a character who's not interested in all that stuff, and you don't really want to hear it. And that is much more realistic, because why would some NPC talk some stuff about their life just to some stranger? That doesn't make sense for me. So another essential mod. It's really annoying when an NPC just talks to you just for no reason, and it's also gonna change the game for some of you if you want to try this mod out. So guys, these been some mods that are essential when I'm playing Skyrim. There are many more, and I don't really see the limit to how many mods are essential to you. These are just basically mods. If I had to choose from 15 mods that I will have to play with, and I probably would choose these mods. Now in the comments below, even though, well, the comments are kind of broken with YouTube at the moment, but I think I can reply to comments. Anyway, you guys can leave 15 mods that you would play with if you had to choose from, well, 15 mods that you had to play with. Anyway, I'm signing off, and thanks for watching.